We are at General Sibley Park and Campground in Bismarck, North Dakota.
And this is a campground review. Make sure to stay to the end to find out about the one-star reviews, if they are confirmed or if they're busted. But before we get to that, please make sure to like and subscribe. Subscriptions are free and they really help our channel grow. It's a way that you can support us for free. General impressions.
This is a quiet, woodsy campground located in the outskirts of the capital city.
They have tent sites and RV sites. The cost for an RV site was $27 a night. We felt like that was a fairly good value for what we got. Campground.
This is a large, sprawling campground with many twisty, turny, one-way roads. We felt we were pretty much at the limit by getting in here with our rig, which is 60 feet long and 13.5 feet high. I wouldn't recommend this for any rigs any larger than that.
We were trimming some of the branches.
Definitely.
We stayed in campsite number 64. It was a gravel back-end site, and it backed up to a grassy area that was a shared green area between our campsites and the other road of campsites.
This campsite did require a fair bit of leveling. It has a big slope on the utility side and at the back of the site that you have to watch out.
As far as hookups go, it's electric only. They do have 20 amp and 30 amp, but that's all. They have multiple fill stations for drinkable water, and they do have one dump station as well. We had a picnic table and a fire ring with a layover grill attachment. There was no propane refill at this campground.
There's also no Wi-Fi at this campground. Verizon Wireless was good enough for Googling and emailing here at the campground. Starlink at our campsite was good enough for streaming.
One pro tip, we always try to look at Google satellite view as well before we pick our campsite, if we can pick our campsite, so that we can get one that has less trees.
Or better yet, watch Today Is Our Adventures campground reviews.
So the noise level at this campground so far seems to be very quiet. We're only here for 24 hours, but it's been quiet for us. Amenities.
There are several well-used bathhouses located throughout the park. They are really clean though. There is 2 toilets and a shower in each of the bathhouses. There are multiple trash cans located throughout the park.
There are no laundry facilities.
There is no pool. There are, however, multiple playgrounds located throughout it.
Other facilities at this park include horseshoes, volleyball, a boat ramp, geocaching,
disc golf that is 18 holes, and an interpretive trail.
A little library, as well as a poetry box quest.
What?
There's a quest right in the campground. You know how much I love a quest. If you watch our vlogs, I love a quest. This is find a poetry box in the campground. You can write your own poetry and leave it there, or read others' poetry and just leave inspired. Dog friendliness.
This is a dog-friendly campground. There is no off-leash dog area, however, but plenty of green space located throughout the park and pickup stations, which are
fully stocked.
The most important part. Camp store.
There's no camp store at this campground, but they do sell firewood for $6 and ice for $7. Camp staff interactions.
The camp staff that checked us in was friendly and very helpful.
Additional information.
There is some road construction going on outside the campground. It is on their website. Be sure to check that out because it is no joke. Lots of gravel.
And now we're going to move on to the part of our review called
1 star, confirmed or busted. Jennifer C. writes, be aware that you may lose your surge protector if you're here, and if you don't have one, your electrical system in your rig might blow. 2 stars.
It's time to bust that review, so check our surge protector.
All right.
First of all, is it there?
It's here.
It's here, and?
Still here. It's still working and power's still good.
So?
I'd say busted. Busted. Oil Boy 710 writes, disc golf park is very poorly maintained. 2 stars. I'm not a disc golf pro.
Wait, you didn't go to the Olympics and do disc golf?
Nah, but as many people as we saw out playing, I don't think they share the same opinion.
Busted. JL Voss writes, every vehicle they can get to make noise, lawnmowers, weed eaters, generators to pump water to trees, ATVs to ride around on, they use them all the time. But they don't clean the bathrooms in 2 weeks. No cleaning done in bathrooms. One too tall for giants to use. One too short for kids to use. One too close to the wall to use. And one that's just right. Sunday is a parade of $100,000 trucks and $100,000 trailers of rich white America that found a way to show off how rich and spoiled they are, dumping their septic tanks in the one dump station. In the short amount of time that we were here, we saw no ATVs, no lawnmowers, and no weed eaters.
I'm no Goldilocks, but the toilets do appear to be the right height.
We weren't here on Sunday, so I guess that means we missed the $100,000 parade.
Maybe next time.
But for now, it's
Busted.
Now we're moving on to the section love it or hate it. So we'll start with the negative and then we'll move to the positive. Come on, Mike, give it up. What was the thing you hated the most about this campground?
The thing I hated the most was the roads getting into this campground. Although I know it's temporary.
You're talking about the road construction.
Oh yeah. Road construction leading into it was no joke. It was very slow going, and we held a lot of people up trying to get through that.
It was very dusty and bumpy, and I was worried about the rail clearance and stuff as well.
Yep.
There were some places that were kind of rough. Mine was similar to that, but it was actually the roads inside the campground. That's something that the campground has more control over. Yeah, you got a haircut today, and it wasn't just...
We cut some of the trees here.
Yeah, we did some trimming of the trees for them, some of their lawn work for them on the way in. But also they were quite narrow, and then they have the posts located in such a way that made it challenging. It makes it hard to maneuver back into your spot because most of these are back ends. So that's something the campground has a little bit more control over. I understand that not everybody might have that issue because they're not as big of a rig, but just keep that in mind if you are a big rig and you want to stay here. Enough of the things we don't like. What's the thing you like the most about this campground?
This campground is very quiet, out of the way, and has lots of grassy space, which is really nice.
Yeah, that was mine too. I love how spread out. Now there are some campsites that are kind of clumped together in groups, but for the most part there's space in between. Doesn't feel as populated as it is. The real sad part here is that we only have one night to explore it. So this might be on our list to come back again and visit again next time. If you'd like to see some of the other campground reviews that we've done, please check those out over here. And if you'd like to see our adventures while we were here, check them out here.
Really good.
Click it.
I worked a long time on those.
Click it.